This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Friday, September 5th. Sunny and hot again today with the high temp expected to be 99. Clouds will move in this afternoon, bringing with them the possibility of a thunderstorm with strong winds. The severe storm threat will linger into the evening, but the temperature should dip into the 60s overnight. The weekend will be a good bit cooler than it's been this week, with a mix of sun and clouds both Saturday and Sunday. There is a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm on Saturday with a high of 85. A little more sun on Sunday with a high of 84. The overnight lows will be in the upper 60s. Here are today's headlines. Walking into an Oklahoma courtroom Thursday morning, Gateway Church founder Robert Morris was flanked by his wife, his lawyer, and a bailiff. He said nothing as a throng of reporters asked him for comment on his ongoing case accusing him of sexually abusing a teen girl for several years in the 1980s. In a short proceeding Thursday, Morris waived a preliminary hearing and an arraignment was set for October 2nd. Morris's attorney declined comment when asked why he requested the hearing be waived. The Oklahoma Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting the case, said in an email statement that it looks forward to presenting their case against the defendant at trial. The 64-year-old Morris was indicted in March on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts to a child in Oklahoma. The indictment came months after Cindy Clemishire, an Oklahoma woman now in her mid-50s, accused the megachurch founder of sexually abusing her for about 4.5 years back in the 80s, when she was between the ages of 12 and 17. Clemishire said the alleged abuse happened in both Oklahoma and Texas. If convicted, Morris could face up to 20 years in prison for each of the 5 charges. He entered a not guilty plea after turning himself in to authorities following his indictment in March. He was released on a $50,000 bond and previously appeared in court in May. In other news, Attorney General Ken Paxton has appealed a federal court ruling that blocked a law requiring public schools to display the 10 Commandments in some Texas classrooms. Paxton announced the appeal Thursday. The Attorney General is asking the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to review the ruling that found the law violated the First Amendment's establishment and free exercise clauses. Governor Greg Abbott signed the 10 Commandments law, Senate Bill 10, back on June 20th. It requires schools to prominently display a poster or framed copy of the 10 Commandments in public school classrooms. Conservatives argue displaying the 10 Commandments educates students by showing a religious text that was formative to modern U.S. laws and the Constitution. Critics argue it violates the constitutional right to freedom of religion by coercing public school students to adhere to a text that is fundamental to Judeo-Christian faiths. Next up, as the annual State Fair of Texas season nears, the Dallas venue will soon be packed with visitors looking to win prizes, ride attractions, and, of course, eat fried treats. Keeping those visitors safe is a top priority of fair officials, who held a news conference Thursday to announce safety protocols at the 277-acre venue. The fair runs this year from September 26th through October 19th, and officials said they are expecting around 2 million patrons to visit this year. Now, to ensure every fair visitor has a safe time, the fair works with Dallas police officers and security teams over the 24-day season. A 24-hour security team is stationed on the premises to help protect all areas of the fairgrounds. The fair also partners with the Dallas Police Department to develop and implement a security plan during the season. And the Dallas Cowboys went toe-to-toe with the reigning Super Bowl champs last night, but came up a little bit short in a 24-20 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles on the road to start off the season. The Cowboys were poised to regain the lead in the third quarter, but a Miles Sanders fumble inside the 10 squelched that drive. Then lightning arrived in the area, and what had been a back-and-forth score fest paused for a lengthy delay. After the weather moved out of the area, surprisingly, neither team scored another point. CeeDee Lamb, clearly the most dangerous Cowboy of the night, dropped 3 passes, although his final one would have been a fairly spectacular diving catch on a 4th and 3. Dak Prescott's numbers were nothing extraordinary, 21 for 34 for 188 yards, but the Lamb drops and the Sanders fumble were really what kept the Dallas offense from outshining the Eagles. Prescott had no interceptions, no fumbles, nor was he sacked on the night. The Cowboys have a little extra time to regroup. They are back home Sunday, the 14th, in another divisional game against the New York Giants. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday morning with more from the Dallas Morning News.